Can Muslims really become wealthy in the United States without riba? In a country filled with banks, loans, mortgages, and credit cards everywhere, this question quietly appears in many Muslim minds. Many Muslims wonder if halal wealth is even possible in such an environment. They see businesses growing through loans and credit. They see investors earning money through interest. They see people building wealth using systems that clearly involve riba. This creates a serious concern. If Muslims avoid interest completely, are they automatically putting themselves behind? Is halal wealth slower or even impossible in modern economies? For many Muslims, this is not just a financial question. It is a question about identity. It is a question about faith. And it is a question about balance. The balance between dunya and akhirah. Many Muslims in the United States want financial success, but they also want barakah in their income. They want growth without losing their values. They want success without compromising their beliefs. The good news is simple. Islam never asked Muslims to stay poor. Islam asked Muslims to stay halal. And those two things are not the same. Halal does not mean weak. Halal means responsible. Halal means ethical. To understand this better, imagine a simple scenario. Two Muslims arrive in America. Both have the same dream. Both want a better life. Both want financial stability. But their paths slowly begin to separate. The first person chooses the most common path. He finds a stable job. He begins building his life step by step. When he needs money, he takes loans. Credit cards help him manage expenses. Loans help him move forward faster. Eventually, he buys a house. But the house comes with interest. Over time, his income increases. But so do his obligations. Monthly payments become normal. Debt becomes part of everyday life. His financial growth exists. But it is tied to a system built on riba. Now consider the second person. He takes a different approach. He avoids interest-based systems. Instead of borrowing money, he focuses on building something real. He begins small. Maybe it is a service. Maybe it is a trade. Maybe it is a small business idea, something that solves a real problem. At first, growth is slower. Progress requires patience. Income grows gradually. But something important begins to happen. He starts building ownership. Ownership changes everything. Ownership creates independence. Ownership creates control. When Muslims build wealth through ownership instead of debt, everything shifts. They move from dependency to independence. Interestingly, the United States offers huge opportunities for this. America is one of the best places to start a business. The market is massive. Consumer demand is strong. Innovation is constant. Millions of businesses operate across the country, and many of them started very small. For Muslims seeking halal wealth, entrepreneurship becomes powerful. But entrepreneurship does not always mean technology startups. Many successful businesses begin with simple services, businesses that provide real value. Consider the service industry. Cleaning services are always needed. Logistics companies operate everywhere. Home maintenance services are constantly required. Landscaping businesses serve neighborhoods every day. Delivery services continue expanding. Repair services solve daily problems. These businesses often require more effort than capital. They rely on trust. They rely on reputation. And they rely on consistency. Another growing area is halal-focused markets. The Muslim population in the United States continues to grow. With it, demand for halal products increases. Halal food businesses expand every year. Islamic education platforms are growing. Modest fashion brands are gaining popularity. Halal travel services are emerging globally. Muslim entrepreneurs who understand their communities can build meaningful businesses. Businesses that serve both Muslims and wider society. Technology also opens new doors. Online businesses require less capital than traditional businesses. Skills become the main investment. Graphic design services can operate remotely. Digital marketing agencies help businesses grow. Programming services power modern technology. Consulting businesses share expertise. Online education platforms teach valuable skills. Many of these businesses can start from home. They grow gradually over time. But success requires something deeper than ideas. It requires mindset. One of the biggest challenges Muslims face is psychological. Many people believe success requires large capital. They believe leverage is necessary. They assume borrowing money is the only path forward. But history proves otherwise. Many successful businesses began with very little money. What they had instead was discipline, consistency, and persistence. Islamic principles support this model. Islam encourages trade. Islam encourages partnerships. Islam encourages real economic activity. The Prophet, peace be upon him, himself was involved in trade. Many of his companions were merchants. They built wealth ethically. They supported their communities. Their success did not come from riba. It came from trust. It came from honesty. And it came from value creation. Value creation is the heart of halal wealth. When businesses solve real problems, wealth follows naturally. Customers return, reputation grows, opportunities expand. Another key ingredient is patience. Interest-based systems promise speed, but halal growth focuses on stability. Businesses built without debt have flexibility. They adapt when conditions change. They survive economic shocks. This creates long-term stability. Barakah becomes part of the journey. Barakah brings peace and sustainability. Trust attracts loyal customers. Integrity builds strong communities. Halal wealth strengthens families. It supports society. And it builds a life of dignity. Because the real question is not whether Muslims can become wealthy without riba. The real question is whether Muslims are willing to choose patience, ownership, and responsibility. Because the most powerful form of wealth is freedom, dignity, and faith. And that kind of wealth is absolutely possible without riba.